Hey, how's it going, guys? So here we have the match of semifinals. On our left, we have Daniel Collins, which he's running Gardevoir Zoroark, and on our right, I don't know his name. I know he's from San Diego. He came up with Travis and them. I just don't know his name, and I'm sorry. So if someone can put that in the comments, that'd be great. So he's playing Bulu, Biki Bulu. If I'm, oh no, he's playing Bulu Silvally, which is really interesting and really awesome. Um, and then we have Daniel Collins playing Gardevoir Zoroark. So we do see Collins start with that Lele Bridget. Bulu did go first, and all they did was attach an energy and a choice band. Probably stuck. Probably doesn't have any cards in his hand to play a support or anything like that. So yeah. Um, so Collins does open up a really impressive board. We do see a Silvally come down, and we do see a Sycamore play. We're gonna see an Oranguru come down from Bulu's side. And it looks like he's trying to figure out something else, which is interesting. Going for an Ultra Ball, discarding Bridget and Guzma. At this point in time, Bridget's probably not useful anyways because he's already like have most of his setup on the board. Probably gonna go for another Silvally so he can start doing that rotating. Oh, he went for the Rayquaza, which is really good. That'll help him for his energy acceleration. And pass. Oh, DC on the Bulu instructs for 2. A choice band on the Rayquaza and passes. Does horn attack and then yeah. So we do see a rare candy on the rots on the bench. We do see a Glade come down. We are gonna see Premonition and a pass. Looks like Daniel Collins is kind of stuck as well, so it's gonna be a slow start for both of these players. So it can pretty much be anybody's game at this point. Bulu player has a Silvally, brings it down, uses Silvally's effect, retreats the Bulu, places an energy on the Rayquaza, and then does multi-switch, transfers that that DC onto the Rayquaza. I, I don't see his reasoning for this. Maybe that energy should have gone onto um the Tapu Bulu. Um, because the Rayquaza is still gonna knock this Pokemon out and get grass energies from the discard pile onto the bench. So I don't know. I don't know what the reasoning was for this, but yeah. So we are gonna see an N from Daniel Collins, which is really good. Gonna get himself out of the situation that he's in. Right now, what he's looking for is probably like a DC Evo Soda. That would probably help out his progression of the game. Or just a straight Zoroark, which he puts on the bench. We do see a trade from that. We do see a Field Blower getting rid of those choice bands. That's going to be really useful because it's not going to hurt him as much. We do see an Enhanced Hammer get rid of that DC from the Rayquaza. I don't think he planned it out like this, the Bulu player, but now he's kind of in a position where he can just attach a Grass Energy and just continue using, I think it's called Turbo Drive or Turbo Energy or something like that. Rayquaza's attack pretty much, but yeah. So we do see a DC, and we see an N come down. It's kind of weird, because you didn't see Daniel Collins do too much. He didn't play any other Pokemon. He didn't play any like evil soldiers or anything like that. So playing an N in this situation was probably not the best thing to do, because now you're giving your opponent like a brand new hand, and that's not good at all. Uh, so he does use the secondary attack, gets a knockout on the Zoroark. Now we do see premonition. We're gonna see a trade, getting rid of that Giratina because it's not useful in this match at all. Giratina's only in there for Greninja, which there wasn't any Greninja from what I remember that day. Here we're gonna see a DC Guzmu play here. He's gonna get a knockout on this Silvally, which is really good. That's gonna slow down the Bulu's player, the Bulu's momentum. But yeah, losing that Silvally and that air, gyro unit ability is gonna affect them a lot. So we do see the knockout. Danny Collins does take 2 prizes and catches up to 4-4 prize exchange. Blue player brings up that Rayquaza. I don't know how many energies this deck runs because I've actually never seen it, but it's very interesting. I like it. I like the idea, the concept of it. It's probably going to be really good moving forward to deal with all the Glaceon nonsense because you're not using any real abilities. Like the only things you're going to use is Tapu Lele. I'm surprised this deck doesn't run elixirs. I haven't seen a single elixir, which elixir would make this deck so much better. Even if you're putting those energies on top of Lele or on Oranguru, that'll be very, very useful. So we are going to see an Ultra Ball for another Bulu. There we go. So it does run max elixirs. Okay. Gets a max elixir, hits it, and puts an energy on the Bulu. Guzma's up with the Tapu Lele. Uh, uh, I guess he didn't realize that he didn't have the 3 energies to get a knockout on this Lele, which is, I don't know. Yeah. Wait, yeah. I don't know why he did that. That honestly, that would have been a really good play for him, and that probably would have put him in a better position. But now Daniel Collins is in a position where he can just kind of punish his opponent for what just went down. We're gonna see an energy retreat, so he's gonna get rid of this Lele, bring up the Gallade. Parallel City himself, getting rid of the Tapu Leles, which are very harmful. That's 2 prizes that he can possibly give his opponent. We're gonna see an Ultra Ball or a trade, and then 130. Plays a multi switch, attaches an energy, uh, instructs for 2. So he's gonna use his GX to heal his Pokemon, get a knockout on. Actually, not get a knockout on the Gallade because his attack is doing 20 less because of the stadium. It's actually very ingenious of Daniel Collins. I didn't even catch it myself when he did it, but that was actually really smart. So that saves this Gallade from getting one-shotted, which is very interesting. Wow. So we are seeing Premonition. A trade. Trade again. So the great thing about this deck is you can trade away all the things that you don't really need, which is like that Evo Soda, that I don't know what else he discarded before that, but Bridget, which you don't really need that stuff in the late game. That's all early game stuff, so just becomes fodder for your Zoroarks. But yeah, so we're gonna see Puzzle Time. He's getting back a Field Blower and a Mallow. We're gonna see a Mallow play right now. He still has one trade available, so whatever he Mallows for, he's gonna be able to get it right away. His deck is looking pretty thin, so he's kind of pushing his deck to the last possible cards that he can get. So we do see trade. Field lowers his own stadium, drops down the routes, attaches or discards energy, retreats, and attacks for 100. Kind of getting this Gallade out of harm's way, which is really good. You kind of Gallade doesn't make the deck work, but it does help out a lot. Looks like the Bulu player is kind of trying to figure out what he should do. He already used his GX move, so he can't heal this Pokemon, but he will be able to do a good amount of damage. Won't be able to one-shot it unless he gets a choice band. But it looks like all his choice bands are in the discard pile anyways. There was two on before, and then one on the Silvally, and those were field blower away, so that was a total of three. And I don't think it runs more than three. So yeah. So we do see a manual retreat, getting that Bulu out of harm's way. We do see a choice ban. Oh, he runs four, I guess. Which is weird. Like, I don't know why he did that. He should have left the energies on there and just used his attack, get a knockout, and then let it die and bring up the other Bulu and get a knockout with that one as well. But I don't know. I don't see where he's going with these plays. You know, sometimes you see these plays and you're just like, what? What are you doing? Like, yeah, like the other Bulu wouldn't have been able to take a one knockout, but at least he would have been able to two shot something, you know, or maybe pick at that Gallade that's on the bench, horn attack it for 30 and knock it out. But see now he has no energy on board and he has to rebuild, you know? And Daniel Collins can easily just Guzma up this Rayquaza and knock it out. So we do see a trade. Daniel Collins down to his last card. There's only one card in his deck, so he has all the cards in his hand. Does see an energy? Does see a Secret Spring? We are going to see a Twilight. Twilight GX, for those of you at home that don't know, lets you get 10 cards from your discard pile, throw them back in your deck. It's really awesome to just get all the pieces that you need back from the discard pile. So now he has an 11. He has 11 cards of just cards that he's gonna just use over and over again. But yeah. So a Guzma play would be good right here, or to kind of get that Rayquaza and start getting energies back from the discard pile. Um, he did see his opponent bring back the Enhanced Hammer, so that's also something. So we do see the Guzma play, brings up that Zoroark, which is good. Maybe that Gallade would have been the better answer, because you can knock it out, and then you only need one prize to win. Um, but then again, you knock it out, and then your opponent just comes out with Gardevoir and punishes you. So I guess this isn't a bad play. Um, but your opponent shuffled like a bunch of energies back to his deck, so him getting energies isn't a problem. You're not gonna one shot this Zoroark, so yeah. So does bring up the Bulu with Guzma, and then just knocks it out because it had two energies on it, plus the two energies that he added himself. He's pretty much over. Danny Collins probably returned all the Guzmas to his deck anyway, so he's just gonna Guzma the next turn and bring up that Bulu DC knockout. Um, so we do see him play Rayquaza Silvally, does play the Yen. Um, Ending his opponent to two cards is kind of good, but at the same time, he does have double trade up, so he'll be able to get whatever he needs back easily. Uh, Attacks for 30, attaches two energies to Lele. So he retreats, then puzzles, gets back to DC, Guzmas up the Lele, and gets a knockout. And that is game one. Um, it's just weird. Like honestly, like I don't know what the Bulu player was thinking. Some of his moves were just like, what? Like, why would you do that? Like that Bulu on the bench when he retreated it, he should have just let it die. Like, it, he would have gotten a knockout on that Zoroark, and then his other Bulu on the bench would have been ready to go. But yeah, but I don't know. I don't know what some of these guys are thinking sometimes. Maybe it was a long day. Maybe it's just they're just tired. Um, but yeah, but it is what it is. Um, Danny Collins, I'm not trying to like talk him up, but it was really smart when he played that parallel. Like I honestly didn't see it when he did it. I thought he was just playing the parallel to get the lilies out of the way. Um, but 20 less damage from grass Pokemon is really really good. Um, and that was very ingenious of him. He was probably thinking about it like turns ahead, just saying like, "Oh, you're playing grass and you're gonna swing at me with Bulu. I'm gonna make it a little harder for you to get some knockouts from me." But yeah, so we do see the Bulu player start with Rayquaza, which is really good for him. We do see that Orangaroo. We're going to see an Ultra Ball, discards a Silvally and a Grass Energy. We're going to see a Lele Bridget, probably double Bulu Silvally. Or double Bulu type, no, sorry. You guys knew what I meant. It's just Bulu type, no. Um, that's not good. Hopefully he has the other Bulu in his hand. If not, or the other type no as well, because yeah, that type no dying is gonna be very unfortunate. Um, Rescue Stretcher gets the type no up. We're gonna see Choice Band come down on the Bulu. We are gonna see a Sycamore, so he's gonna draw 7 cards. We are going to see a Max Elixir gets that Grass Energy on the Bulu. So now the deck's running a little more consistent, which is really good. We're going to see multi-switch. Wow! Multi-switch and Grass Energy on the Silvally gets a knockout and gets an energy for that Bulu from the discard pile. So that actually was a really great play. I actually did not see that coming. That was really awesome. That the synergy that this deck has is really good. That you can just move energies around and get knockouts, which we just saw right now. Daniel Collins kind of in a position where he kind of has to come back. We do see the enhanced hammer from Daniel Collins gets rid of that DC, so that's going to slow down the Bulu player for a little bit. He did get that DC, does get a knockout on his routes. It's not looking good for Daniel Collins. It looks like it's going to be it for him. Unless he pulls a miracle. We do see a trade. Parallel. Parallels his opponent to 3. Brings out Zora and Zoroark. And does 40 damage. I do see a Max Elixir. And gets an energy on the Bulu. Oh, it's not looking good at all for Daniel Collins. This might be it, guys. Like, he's really not in a great position. He's literally gonna top deck for something or anything. So we do see a choice band on this Bulu. We do see a manual attachment. We do see a retreat. And Danny Collins just scoops it up, and they're going on to game 3. That was very impressive, and that was actually I didn't see that coming. I honestly thought something else was gonna happen, but that's just how amazing that deck runs, which is really good. I'm glad that the Bulu player actually got like a good game out of it. It's kind of unfortunate for Daniel Collins that he wasn't drawing anything and wasn't able to set up. So yeah, so Daniel Collins is gonna go first. We're gonna see that hard bridging, which is always good to see. Um, Allows the player to save those Leles for late game. We're going to see a Lele from the Bulu player side, probably going to go for a Bridget. We are going to see a Rayquaza, maybe a type No, and a Bulu come down. Which is standard for this deck. It's pretty much like the main turn that it has. So we do see double type No, so hopefully he has a Bulu in his hand and brings that down. Yeah, there it is. We are going to see a manual attachment and then passes. We're going to see Rare Candy come down from Danny Collins' side, evolve that Gardevoir into, or that routes into a Gardevoir. We're going to see a Sycamore, draw 7 cards. He did attach an energy to the Zoroark. Hopefully it wasn't in vain and he's able to get a Zoroark and start attacking this Oranguru. If not, it's going to be very unfortunate that he left that energy on there. And he just passes. He doesn't even ram for 20. He's like, nah, I don't need a ram. I'm just gonna attack it later. Or Actually, it's smart that he didn't ram, because if he would have rammed and his opponent has a Sorola, um, then he gets to pick up that Oranguru and bring out something else to punish him. So actually, it was very smart that he just passed. Um, there is a dice on the board, so they are on turns. Um, Daniel Collins was turn 0, and the Bulu player's turn 1, as indicated by the red dice. Thank you, David Veronica. So yeah. So now the Bulu player is trying to figure out what he wants to do. So we do see an instruct. We do see a DC come down on that Rayquaza before the instruct. We do see a retreat thanks to Silvally. And he does do 30 damage. And he's thinking of where to put this energy on. He does see that Gardevoir on the bench with 1 energy. And that 1 energy is scary. Um, so if he places it on the Bulu, he knows very well that he's not going to have a good time. So it's Daniel Collins' turn. He's kind of trying to figure out what he wants to do here. He does retreat. I do see that Gardevoir come up. Secret Spring, attach. Max Potion heals Zora. And does looking for a knockout here. Does Puzzle Time bring back Sycamore. And then brings down Zora, trades, gets rid of that Bridget, and then gets a knockout. So it's the Bulu's turn, the Bulu player's turn. I don't think he knows, but he needs to get a knockout in order to continue the game. If not, then it becomes who has more prizes or who has taken more prizes, and at this point it would be Daniel Collins. So yeah. So we do see a retreat, a multi-switch, an energy, instructs for 1, and then that's pretty much it. And that is the game, guys. So Daniel Collins is the winner. He ends up winning this match. Um, this was our semifinals. Up next is our finals match, um, which will be kind of interesting. Hope you guys stick around for that. It'll be up shortly after this. Guys, thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to like and subscribe if you haven't already. Make sure to share the video for anybody that wants to know what happened at the Los Angeles League Cup at the bullpen. Uh, Thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you guys next time.